What's up, folks, and welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we are not in the garage at the moment. We are on the road. And first I thought that I would put the title for this video that the barn find. But I have to be honest, this is not a barn find. Even this car is in a barn. This was actually a garage find. And the owner told me a quite nice story about this car. It's very low mileage, and in this video I will tell you a little bit more about this 960 Volvo. To make sure that I have all the facts right, I took my Volvo book with me because I didn't remember what was the difference between 700 series to 900 and especially to 960. And I have this Christer Olsson Volvo book with me, and this is very nice. Sorry, this is in Finnish, so I will just mention few things. For example, the most exciting new thing in this 960 was the engine, because there's a 2 overhead cam axle or camshafts. And there's a 4 valves per cylinder, which was very nice. And the engine was from aluminium, and it was short. And there's also big difference in suspension, especially in 960. There is, if there's a station wagon version, in 960 there was this multi-link rear suspension system, and in 940 there was more traditional rear axle system. So there's a big difference in the suspension in 960, and the numbers 960 saloon from 90 to 96, and they manufactured about 112 cars, and engine from 2.5 to 3 liter engine, and for example, and the station wagon version there was 41,000, and if you compare it to 940, there was 246,000 manufactured back in the old days. By the book, it says that this is more like a luxury car than 760 and 940, and I agree with that, because if you watched all these details, I think this is not a real wood. I think it's plastic, but still it looks very nice. And for example, the steering wheel is much nicer than in my 940, and I think the main thing why we are sitting in this car is the number in the instrument panel. You can see there's only 96,000 kilometers in this car, which is very low. I think this is the first 900 series Volvo that I have been sitting that the first number is 0, which is a miracle, because for example my 940 there's over 500,000 kilometers. And one thing I forgot to mention about the book is that there's no diesel version of this 960, and there's a mention in that book that this is a car for people who can afford the fuel. This is a very nice car. The back seat, there's plenty of room to every direction, and this is wide. Well, this is like a sofa sitting here, but it's very nice. And I have actually these gloves, these black leather gloves are actually, they belong to the previous owner who passed away a few years ago, and he used to be a taxi driver, and he was very, very careful about this car. And even he was a taxi driver, this car is not ever been used as a taxi. I think this was like a prize for himself after he finished his taxi driver career. And there was only 65,000 kilometers when the owner buy this car from the previous owner. And I asked what the owner remembers about that, and he told me that there was even the plastic, the cover plastic were here in the rear doors when he bought this car. So it tells me a lot about the previous owner. There's a few things in this car that need to be fixed. For example, the roof. As you can see, it's hanging down, and that is because this car was hit by a snow. It hasn't been always here inside the barn. It was outside, and I don't know the reason why some snow came on the roof, but the roof is fixed, and the repair guy, he didn't know how to put this in a correct way, so it's hanging down the ceiling. So if you have good tips how to fix that, please give me comments down below. That would be nice. And for example, there's this back door lever is missing, but it's just a small thing. And maybe the third thing is the interior. You can see these well, it goes like this. I think this is like quite normal for these old 900 series Volvos, this problem. So if you have good tips for these also, I would appreciate a lot. But otherwise, this car is in brilliant shape. And in Finland, after 30 years, you can like museum register a car, and after that it's much cheaper. For example, the tax and insurance, it's much cheaper. So the owner thinks that maybe he should do that next year. So, and I promised to help him with this project. It would be very nice to make a video how to museum register a car in Finland. I have never ever do that before, so that would be interesting. Yes. In this 960, the hood is huge and it's quite heavy, but there's some gas springs. I don't know the engine quite well. I know all the information. I read it from the book. So this is a 2.5 liter 6-cylinder 24 valve engine, and it's aluminium, and the gap between pistons is very short. So this is short engine. So there's some room in the engine bay. Well, there's a dust because this is sitting in a barn, so there's a dust. But you can see that this is actually very clean, this engine bay. No oil leaks or anything. So 96,000 or 95,000, it's very low mileage for this kind of engine. Very nice car. I couldn't myself. I had to check that there's a grandpa's bend also in this 960. If you don't know what I mean, just check my previous or 2 previous videos about my 940. I made a grandpa's bend in my 940. Even there's a little bit dust on the car. I think this might be only scratch you can see in this car. Original wheels, and it's in very good condition. No rust, no nothing, as you can see. And also the driver's side is in very good condition. In Finnish weather, these cars are usually a little bit rusty, but not this one. Very nice car. Oh yes, this is very nice 960, and thank you for the owner that we could make this video and talk about this car. And I hope he can museum register this one next year. So it would be very nice to see, for example, in Volvo Club of Finland's next summer meet, this car. But you never know. But hey, thanks for watching. Please give me thumbs up, it's free. And also I would appreciate your comments down below. And if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, now it's a perfect time to do that. It's also free, and hit the bell. Thanks for watching. See you soon.